Hi, I'm Suraj from Invest Pro. In my previous demo, we have seen a new feature of SharePoint 2013 called SharePoint Hosted App. And in this demo, I'll walk through another new feature called Cloud Hosted App. And here we're going to be creating high trusted on-premises cloud app with custom action handler and a dialog page navigating to app. Before starting a demo, let us look at some of the basic differences between SharePoint and a cloud hosted app. SharePoint hosted apps lives inside SharePoint environment and they are automatically hosted in SharePoint. They are used for smaller apps or apps where you want to provision a SharePoint artifact like list or a pages, but you can't have any server-side code. Any access to SharePoint can be done via client object model, OData, or leveraging client-side scripting technology. Whereas in cloud hosted app, here you can leverage full power of web and choose your own infrastructure and technology. It requires your own hosting. It is also a preferred hosting model for all types of apps. Again, before starting a demo, let us look at some of the most important prerequisites we need to take care for creating high trusted provider hosted apps. First, we need to create a certificate, and hence for this demo, I have already created self-signed certificate in IIS by using below steps. For this, navigate to IIS Server Certificates and click on Create Self-Signed Certificate. Next, it will open a dialog called Specify Friendly Name. Here, type the name and click OK. Next, we need to export .pfx file to the disk. Once the file is exported, make sure you remember the file path and the password. After exporting .pfx file, we need to export .cre file, and hence double-click on the certificate. It opens a certificate dialog box. Then navigate to Details tab and click on Copy to File. It will open a certificate wizard. Follow the wizard with all default values and save CRE file to the disk. Now we have successfully exported .cre and pfx file. Next, I have already executed this command using PowerShell. It will perform the following task. First, it will create a trusted root authority. Second, it will register the app certificate as trusted by SharePoint site. Third, it will register the app principal. Fourth, it will set the permission on the given app principal. Fifth, it will turn off the HTTPS requirement for OAuth during development, but not recommended for production. The last step copies the client ID in the text file. It is very important GUID. We will use it later in app-manifest.xml and web.config file. And hence, once we have taken care of all required prerequisites, now we can start our demo by adding a new project to Visual Studio 2012. New project. Provider hosted app. First, I'll override the app icon with a nice app icon. Next, I'll copy the custom JS file and the latest JQuery file. This custom JS file has a code to display the location of Wonder using Google Map. Just a simple Google Map code. Next, open default.aspx, add a reference to the script. Next, I'll add a div to display a Google Map. Next, I'll copy some code in default.aspx.cx in the code behind. Here, this code is looking for an item ID, which is passed as a query string, and then it queries the list on the SharePoint server to get necessary details of the vendor and display the location of the Google Map. Next, I'm gonna add a new custom action. Select the scope to as custom list. Say next and say finish. Then I'll overwrite some code. Here, these three lines of code instruct the SharePoint to open up this particular page in a dialog box. And here in the URL action, I'm just passing the default parameters. One of the important parameter here is the item ID. Next, open web.config file and overwrite this value. Make sure you copy the client ID from the client ID.txt file which was generated by PowerShell. Here. Next, open the app manifest.xml, view code, and copy the client ID and the required permission. Next, navigate to project properties and disable the anonymous authentication, disable the SSL, and enable the Windows authentication. Next, click F5 to deploy the project. Navigate to the SharePoint site. Here we will create a list called wonders. Add app, custom list, wonders, navigate to wonder, edit item, add a new column, single line, description, click OK. Next, more columns, single line, latitude, description, memories of love, latitude. Once you have populated the wonder info, you can navigate to the app using ECB menu. Click and show wonder map. And hence, in this demo, we have created high trusted on-premises cloud app. Please mark Google Plus and Facebook likes and shares if you like the video and encourage to submit many more features of SharePoint 2013.